Gandang gabi po sa lahat. This is Coach Linin Ho, empowering Pinoy, especially the 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. Kamusta po yung meals natin tonight? Kamusta po yung workout natin tonight? And where are you tuning from? Let me know from the comment section below so I can acknowledge you. Alam nyo, dito sa live, I'm looking forward every time we have live. Kasi this is the only opportunity I can share to you the things that I've learned, the things that I've researched, and the things that I want to uh, journey with you. Kasi when it comes to fitness, it is not meant to be journeyed alone. You must have a community. You must have a support. And that's why sa 40s and above, that's the closest to my heart. As you all know, that's my field. And that's the most of my students right now are 40s and above. And so happy that yung community natin tonight, those who are watching are 40s and above. So give me a shout out naman dyan, or maybe a heart emoticon if you are 40s and above and if you're watching tonight. And then of course, I like to encourage you to share this video, share this live video, so that we can further spread the vision, which is teaching and empowering 40s and above. If you don't have the ebook yet, maybe about meal guide, you want sample meal plan on how to target your protein, let me know. I will give to you your ebook completely free. Message me directly on my page, Ho, so I can send it to you. Again, that's completely free as my way to add value to you. And of course, you're in need of workout, if you're 40s and above, you don't know, ano ba, Coach Ninja, yung tamang workout for me? Let me know. Message me directly, share this video so I can give to you your ebook completely free. Again, for those of you who have not followed this page yet, this is my page, Coach Linin Who. You may want to search in FB, Linin Who. That's my page so that you will be notified by Facebook every time we have free, on the spot, live talk. Again, sa mga live viewers natin tonight, hello to you, Ma'am Mirna Barnido, as always. Kamusta po kayo, Ma'am? Aksimutya Darimbang, kamusta po kayo? Kamusta workout natin as well, Ma'am Vilma? Kamusta po? Napakagandang ngiti ni Ma'am Vilma. Profile picture ni Ma'am Vilma. Tingnan nyo, oh. Lapit. Okay. Nay Reyes, good evening sa iyo din. Of course, Crazy. Berico, good evening sa iyo. Kamusta po kayo, Ma'am? Also to you, Ma'am Elena Peralta. Great to see you here again sa live natin. Of course, si Agri, as always, very consistent to sa mga learning environment natin. Ferdinand Solano, good evening to you, sir. Ganda ng family natin, ah. Yes. Axie, as always, watching from Saudi. Nanonood to through YouTube. Great to see you, sir. Axie. Of course, Dexter Bautista. Kamusta po kayo, sir? Chona Somorostro. Okay. Yes, that's for the heart sign. Yeah, 40s and above yun. Goj Agbayani, watching from napakagandang place, CDO. Yes, Sile is 40 years old. Yeah. Very, very active at 40. Carmelita Soralbo, watching from Dasmariñas, Cavite. Bing de los Santos, hello to you. Nereas at 55 years old. Si Al Gray, of course, malami na mag-golden years. Okay, I assume that's 50, no? Evangeline is at 51 years old. Wow. Did you see you, ma'am? Always investing in your important asset. That's your mind. Okay, learning. Goj Agbayani, 45 here. No? Great to see you. As well, Shelo Monfero. Okay, ito si 14 Sita Rojas Lod, watching from CDO. No? Napakaraming viewers natin from CDO dito, no? Of course, si Ma'am Elizabeth is one of our influencers sa group. If you are part of 40s and above, look, our fitness for 40s and above, si Ma'am Elizabeth is one of the influencers natin, very active yan when it comes to workout. And many people are inspired because of the body composition of Ma'am Elizabeth. So, pagpatuloy nyo lang yan, Ma'am Elizabeth. And Mondas, this just watching from Lithuania. Napangandang place po yan. Kamusta po yung weather natin dyan? Of course, Antoinette. Of course, thank you, yes, watching as well. Ma'am Antoinette, kamusta po kayo? Mayates Juansha, 51 years old. Napakaganda po ng profile nyo. Watching from, yes, si Adeline, 46 years old. Napakagandang edad po yan to start working out. Nay Reyes, 55 years old, diabetic. That's why I'm so happy that you're tuning in kasi yung fitness is not just for building your sex packs, but also dealing with your blood sugar levels. And Jenyo, kamusta po kayo, ma'am? Ma'am Teresa Di Pamelo, thank you very much for supporting our campaign. I've seen you sending stars, so thank you very much. We appreciate that. Ma'am Tess, Antonio, good evening to you, ma'am. Kamusta po kayo? Ma'am Beng, Janice Ganutis. Okay, I hope I pronounce your name well. If hindi po tama, correct me po. I'll be open to you teaching me on how to pronounce name para hindi po ma-murder yung name ng iba. Okay, Ma'am Beng, kamusta po kayo? Tabuk City, Kalinga. Marisa, yes, good evening to you, ma'am. Kamusta po kayo? F. France Indaya. What? Okay, 50 years old. Nice. Okay. Ninfa, mayong gabi sa iyo, ma'am, no? I assume you're Ilongga din. Okay. Good evening, watching from Digos City. Alde Guzman, of course, watching from Bulacan, 55 years old. Jeanette Ras, yes po, ma'am. Possible with the right dedication and the right program. Sa pagpatuloy niyo na, ma'am. 63 years old, si Fortencita. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm glad that you're watching here. Okay. Sige, yes. Okay, hopefully we can help you through this live sessions that we're having. Lolita, good evening to you, ma'am. Kamusta po kayo? Rufina, okay, yes, ma'am. Ebook na padala niyo sa akin. Thank you. Yes, happy to serve you. Ma'am Rufina is a teacher as well. So all the best to you, ma'am. Butiing guro. Good evening, coach. Okay lamang 3 times. Okay, try natin sagutan may mga questions niyo. Facebook user, of course. Nihar Palahudin, watching from KSA. Okay, 51 years old. Gain weight, yes, it's possible, workable to gain muscle at that age. 51 years old, working out 5 times a week, except weekend. So all the best to you. Pagpatuloy niyan, Ma'am Betty. Helen Clarina, watching from Baguio City. Napakagandang place yan. Edesica, good evening po sa inyo. I hope I can greet all of you, no? But before I greet some of those who place their names here sa comment section natin, proceed muna tayo sa discussion. Okay. Now, very, very important to know that when we talk about the tools, there are tools that are paid and there are tools that are free. Most of my tools right now are free. And you know what? The best things in the world now are free. So sometimes we can maximize these free tools because we are not yet informed. That's the goal of our life tonight. For you to be informed that there are many amazing tools that you can maximize. First and foremost, I like to mention the illiterate of this 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Ano po ibig sabihin niya? Gone were the days na yung training po sa atin is about memorizing at saka recording facts. Kasi right now, obviously, we have internet, we have Google at the tip of your finger. You can search yung mga very important facts. I remember when I was in high school, imagine our teacher will had to print parang 3 pages ng buhay ni Rizal, mga very important dates, even mga girlfriends ni Rizal. We need to memorize those things for us to pass the exam. You have to memorize the date, the girlfriends, the names, the places. Can you imagine that? So, yung memory namin, storage namin, are focused on recalling instead of analyzing and understanding. Gone were the days. Kasi ngayon, obviously, we have these tools. You can search in Google, ano po yung date na pinanganak si Jose Rizal, di ba? You have the answer right at the tip of your finger. That is why the things that we need to do right now, especially in this generation, is the skill of learning, relearning, at saka unlearning. You know what? I realized that among these three, yung pinakamahirap is yung unlearning. Kasi it requires humility din. Kasi you were taught, kunwari, in the low-carb community. And these people who are watching right now, 134 people, are teachable. Because we were brainwashed that, we have to depend on carbs for us to live. Diba? That's the food pyramid, at the bottom of which is the largest, which gives an impression that we must eat large amount of carbohydrates. Tama? So that's why it took us time to relearn at saka unlearn the things about carbohydrates. It took us time. And even some people and even doctors are not yet open to it. That's why it takes more effort at saka humility to unlearn things. That's why I will teach you these things tonight, yung tools. Sometimes you need to learn these things at saka relearn at saka unlearn the existing patterns at saka learning pattern that you have right now so that you can have it the better way. Okay? So una sa lahat, pakita ko dito yung una, macro calculator. Sino na po sa inyo yung marunong mag-calculate ng macros nila? Now, macros, ano ba yung macros? Macronutrient. Macro means you take it in large proportion. Unlike micronutrients, you take it in lesser portion. Yung macronutrients, it is comprised of three things: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Now, regardless if you want to gain muscle, if you want to lose fat, it all boils down to this. If you eat less than what you use, you will lose weight. But if you eat and consume more energy than what you consume, you will gain weight. And that is why when we talk about low carb and fasting, it is very effective when it comes to losing fat. Kasi you eat less than what you use, tama? Imagine yung low carb at saka fasting, you eat twice a day or even one meal a day. Tapos yung meals mo ay very nagbibigay ng satisfaction sa atin. That's why we eat less. Tama? Compare that to high carb meals. Okay, you eat frequently, at saka yung cravings mo are disrupted. That's why you eat every hour and then. That's why low carb fasting are this is very, very, very effective when it comes to losing fat. Now, in muscle gain, there's an approach as well. You can gain muscle in a low carb way. There are three ways. There are people who are into liberal low carb. They would eat a portion of carbohydrates, especially complex carb, for them to gain muscle. There are those who are into moderate carb. There are those who are into lower carb. And there are those who are into low carb at saka keto and carnivore. So there are many approaches to that. But of course, you have to know, non-negotiable when it comes to losing fat or building muscle is your protein. So how will you know ano yung kinakailangan mo na protein if you don't have the macro calculator? This is what I will show to you today. So I will show to you yung macro calculator. How does it look like? Okay. Yung macro calculator, ganito. So we will use for this demo, TDEE. Okay. TDEE. I hope my screen is... Okay. Okay, there you have it. Now, there are many ways for us to calculate yung macros natin. There are many, many ways. At saka maraming formula on how to calculate yung macros mo. Okay, macros, again macros, calories, energies, isa lang po sila. But for this specific subtitle, we have macros for protein, carbs, at saka fat, diba? So, now, tdee.net. You may want to search it sa browser nyo ngayon so that you can practice with me. And we will use the approach, yung formula na dito, to calculate ano kinakailangan mo na calories. Okay? So for this demo, I will use muna my own information. Okay? So dito, meron tayong age. Okay? So I have to put down my age ngayon. So I'm 30 years old. Okay? So ngayon, I'm into gaining muscle phase. So right now, I just checked it yesterday, yes, 65 kilograms. Now, yung height ko, this is in centimeters, centimeters po to. So, yung centimeters ko, 168. Okay. Tapos, of course, yung activity ko is medyo heavy exercise tayo today. Okay. 12%. Okay, so yung body fat nyo, if you don't know yung body fat, you may want to go sa internet at saka search mo lang yung body fat percentage. Calculate, estimate mo lang. Saan ka na bracket doon sa body fat percentage? Yung sa akin, around 12%. Kasi meron akong scanner na pina-check ko siya sa isang shop dito sa Makati. It's free as well. So for others, you may want to go sa Google at saka body fat percentage. Estimate mo lang. Okay, ilang percent yung body fat mo. You may want to do that as well. Okay, so dito, so let's click here, calculate. By the way, sorry. Dito pala, if you're not sure about your body fat percentage, you may want to click here. Tapos dito, meron po diyang mga example, yung body fat, ilang percent po siya. Okay? So let's click calculate here. So dito, when you move here, ito po yung calculation ko. So this is my macronutrients if I want to maintain my weight. Okay? If I want to maintain my weight, meaning to stay steady lang yung weight. Now, there are three options for that. Moderate carb, which is 30, 35, 35, meaning to say 30% sa protein, 35% sa fats, at saka 35% sa carbs. Lower carb, ito siya, 40, 40, 20. Higher carb, ito siya yung option natin. Usually, if you are into low carb community, you have to adjust this. Tama? Yung carbs mo should be around 50 grams. Usually, if you go for lower carb, di ba? 50 to 70 grams, usually, good rule of thumb for those who want to gain muscle slowly in low carb. You may want to start here in the middle. Now, this is maintenance. When you click here beside maintenance, there's cutting. When I say cutting, you lose fat or lose weight. Dito naman bulking, where you gain muscle or gain weight. That's an option as well. So yung calories niya nag-iba. Dito sa maintenance, again, go back sa maintenance, 2,770 yung calories ko per day that I have to take. If I go for cutting, of course, bababa to. 2,270 na siya minus 500. If you go for bulking, that's 3,270. Okay? That is my macros. Again, yung calculation natin dito is nanggaling sa Catch McCardle formula. Maraming formula po when it comes to getting your macros. Again, it depends on your goal and it depends again on your body composition. So yung ginawa natin, nag-appear po doon yung kinakailangan ko na protein. Again, it is case to case basis. What I will do for my students most of the time, we will start a mark wherein it's workable for my student or client. So I would ask my student, kunwari, so nakalculate ko na siya, na-adjust ko na siya, I would ask her, yung client ko, what is your preferred way to achieve this? Do you want to go for keto or walang carbs talaga? Do you want to go for lower carb? Do you want to go for moderate carb? So may options tayo for that. Now, if naka-choose na yung student client ng gusto niya kunwari keto, so I would show to her yung kinakailangan na protein, kinakailangan na fats for that client to gain muscles. So, we will start with that, tapos we will adjust weekly. So, bakit po ina-adjust siya ng weekly? Kasi that's where we can see if tama, kulang, or sobra yung kinakain niya. Okay? So again, macronutrients very, very important if you want to gain muscle. If you are in low carb, most of the time you don't need to take this, yung macro calculator. Kasi low carb fasting, you are calorie deficit already, meaning you eat less than what you use. So as a general rule of thumb, in our community, I want teach this macro calculator for those who are into losing fat phase yet, as a starter, as they begin, para hindi sila ma-overwhelm. Again, for others, if you see na medyo overwhelming to, yung macro calculator, that's totally okay. Take this one step at a time. Please do your own research and ask me questions. Maybe your coach, if you can have a coach, kasi the beauty of having a coach, it's simplified for you. Yung time mo is being managed well. Kasi especially for our 40s and above, I assume all of you have busy schedule, family, work, leadership roles. Marami po. So if you have an option to having a coach, get that so that you can manage your time properly. Your coach will give you the recommended macros now for you, ready-made. Okay, so that's an option. Macro calculator. tdee.net, that's an option. Maraming option din po, but for me, that's the simplest, easiest way for me to calculate yung macros ko. So that's number one. Okay, that's number one, and I will go to number two. Again, we talk about macro calculator. If you have questions within, place it down sa comment section natin para ma-discuss it even more. Number two is MyFitnessPal. So what is MyFitnessPal? MyFitnessPal is your diary of meals. Basically, if you place yung kinain mo dyan, kunwari 100 grams na chicken thigh, yung MyFitnessPal will automatically tell you ilang grams yung ilang grams yung protein niya, ilang grams yung carbs niya, ilang grams yung fat niya, at saka yung calories niya. So, automatic siya. It's free. When you register sa MyFitnessPal, may option dyan for premium. you have to cancel that kasi no need for you to go premium na magbayad ka. No need po at all. You just need to have the free version. And then you may want to start searching for the meals that you're taking. So kunwari, I will share to you yung ginagawa ko. So kunwari, let's see here, I search, okay, ito yung calories ko when I was in cutting stage. Ha? So 17. So dito sa my fitness pal, binibigyan ka ng calories that you have to take, that you have to target every day. For me, when I was in cutting stage, 17 siya. Okay? Now, kunwari, I will search for eggs. Okay? Medium-sized egg. So dito nakalagay yung 1 egg, meron siyang 6 grams ng protein, 4 grams ng fat, 0 carbs, at saka 60 calories. Tama? Now, so automatic siya. Pero yung database kasi yung ano eh, may database na po yung MyFitnessPal. So kunwari, when you search a search bar nila egg, meron po dong automatic na. You just need to click it and choose yung options doon. Now, again, yung MyFitnessPal, kasi it is being used by many people. At saka yung data, nag-iiba-iba. So meaning to say, para malaman mo yung pinaka-accurate, usually naka-green label po siya. Okay, when I say green label, maraming options po kasi when you search kunwari for eggs. Tapos yung iba hindi verified. Yung green label means it is verified by FitnessPal. So that's the closest to it. Okay? Now dito, when you say, okay, kunwari rib eye steak. Okay, rib eye. O, sino gusto may sana all, no? Okay. Last time that I ate rib eye, malayo, mga 4 months ago. So, napakalayo. But I just place it here kasi some of you are eating rib eye, di ba? Sana all. Sige. So, rib eye, dito yung 250 grams niya will give you 52.5 grams ng protein, 57.5 grams ng fat, at saka 0 carb, of course, at saka meron siyang 725 calories. Napaka-dense po niya. Now, for starters, alam nyo ba, nung nag-start ako MyFitnessPal, medyo, syempre, lahat ng bago, you will be a bit confused. But as you go along, you will have a deep understanding about it. Now, I really don't want you to be OC. Alam yung OC, di ba? To be so conscious about what you eat at saka what you take na parang you don't have life na with what you eat. Okay. Meaning to say, you just need to know these things, apply these things so that you can estimate. Now, since I practice MyFitnessPal for many years, ang ginawa ko, ngayon, hindi na ako nag-estimate. In some instances lang, which was very rare. Kasi alam ko na yung estimation, kunwari, isang piece ng thigh, ilang grams ng protein yon. Okay. When I go to grocery store, alam ko na yung calculation ng ganitong slice ng chicken breast. Okay. Alam ko na yung medium-sized egg will give 6 grams of protein. All because I have practiced MyFitnessPal. Now, you don't need to understand everything all at once. You just need to practice and do it. So, practice mo lang maybe this week. Set time like 10 minutes to discover lang yung MyFitnessPal. Okay lang po magkamali as long as you keep on practicing. Okay? So, the beauty of MyFitnessPal, again, it's free. It's your diary. It's very simple, especially kasi you just need to use your phone, tama? And at the same time, with this one, you know if kulang or sobra yung kinakain mo, especially if you're in gaining muscles. Some of you are asking, Coach Nins, bakit yung weight ko hindi nagmo-move? Okay. Plateau, stagnant yung weight ko. Anong dapat gawin? Go back sa meals mo. Kasi yung meals, definitely, yung kinakain mo, define your weight, your body composition mo. And this MyFitnessPal could help you reach that. Okay? So that's for MyFitnessPal. That's number 2. That's free again. Tools that you might need to do, that you need to upload as well in your app. Okay. So itong favorite ko, chicken thigh. So chicken thigh ko dito, of course, 335 siya kasi divided na to into 2 meals. 2 meals na to. So 717 calories siya. May 0.3 carbs, napakaliit. 46.3 yung fat at saka 78.6 yung protein. Okay? So that's it. That's for MyFitnessPal. Coach Nins, I don't want to upload MyFitnessPal. Okay lang. That's totally okay. You may want to use other form. Kunwari, you may want to use Google. Okay. Google. Okay. In other places, they call it Google. Okay. So, okay lang. Google. Parehas lang yan. Now, dito, type mo sa Google, one large egg protein. So, ganito siya. Kasi, as for me, I usually target lang as starters, no? Especially if you're into gaining muscle or losing fat. You just want to simplify your life at first. So, for me, I would recommend measure nyo lang muna yung protein as starter. Okay? Protein lang muna para you can train your mind slowly at surely. And then as you progress, you may want to measure din yung other components such as fats at saka yung carbs. Okay? For starter lang. Okay? So dito is eggs. How about chicken breast? So dito chicken breast, 100 grams. I search here sa Google. 100 grams chicken breast protein. 31 grams. Okay? Keywords lang. Ito one large egg protein. 6 grams. Okay? So keywords lang. Kunwari kinain mo 150 grams na milk fish or bangus. You may want to search that. 150 grams milk fish protein. So it will give you around closest to 30 grams of protein. Okay, 100 grams chicken breast protein, it will give you 31 grams of protein. Tama? So, whichever is simple for you. I do understand that yung 40s and above natin have a lot of demands of work and family. That's why, as much as possible, I want to offer a way for you to make it simple. Okay? The best program for you, 40s and above, are the ones you can stick to, the ones you can follow. That's it. So if you find whichever you find comfortable at saka sustainable, go for it. Okay, flexible lang tayo. So that's for Google. Next natin, of course, free din to. Reminders notepad. Now, why did I place it here? Sa notepad natin sa phone natin, okay, di ba may phone ako dito? So may reminders tayo dito. Tama? Okay. Now, sa reminders natin, you can use this with time so that you will be reminded what you will eat. Okay. Now, I would suggest this usually for those who are taking electrolytes. Coach Nins, nahihirapan ako uminom ng electrolytes, hindi ko siya maubos. So, the practical way to ubos yung electrolyte drink mo, divide it into 10 hours. Tapos 100 ml each. So, kunwari 1 liter. Di bang 1 liter, 1,000 ml. So, divide mo siya into 10 hours na gising ka. So, 7 a.m. Lagay mo dito, alarm clock mo every hour, starting 7 a.m., you have to take 100 ml electrolyte drink. So, automatic na yan. Kasi sa may notepad nyo, I don't know with other device, no? Pero usually, meron siyang recurring, na meaning every hour from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, naka-recurring siya after an hour, nire-remind ka ng notepad mo na you have to take your electrolyte drinks. So, that's a technique as well, para hindi mo siya makalimutan. So, for others, more than 1 liter, so divide mo lang yung pinaka-workable for you. Again, kasi for electrolytes and even water, no, you don't want to drink that large amount all at once. Kasi parang anong nangyayari yan? Parang tsunami yan sa cells mo. Tsunami, sudden surge of water, di ba? So, dito you want to sip it 1 hour at a time. Okay, 1 hour at a time. Kasi kapag ubusin mo lahat, sayang lang kasi ihi mo siya right away. You want to consume it. You want to use it and utilize it. So that's for the reminders notepad. And not only that, no, you may want to place there yung other supplements mo. For others, they're taking protein shake. So I suggest you have to set aside yung specific time for you every day to take it para hindi mo siya makalimutan. So for me, I have it every 5 p.m. for my protein shake. 5 p.m. How about my other supplements such as my potassium, magnesium, phytonutrients, B vitamins? I take it at 12 noon. So, matik na yan kasi nasa reminders ko na. Alam nyo, sa maraming nangyayari sa buhay natin, you may want to maximize yung phone nyo. Okay? For good. Okay? Kasi, since free siya, parang ano natin to eh. That's why for some are struggling to take off their eyes sa phone kasi extension to ng brain natin. Okay, diba? Extension ng brain. That's why we have reminders here. We have contacts here. We have our diary here. Sometimes others who are journaling, no? Dito nila nilagay sa phone. Kasi extension din siya ng brain natin. We want to maximize this. Okay? So reminders is one. Alarm clock is another. And also, I like to mention, ginagamit ko din to, Excel, okay, Google Sheets. So as long as you have your email, you have access to Google Sheets. That is completely free. So sa Google Sheets ko, nakalagay na dyan lahat yung grocery list ko. Tama, that's free again. Number two, yung schedule ko for all my students, clients. So naka-block na dyan sa Google Sheets ko. Number three, I have here my tracker. Alam mo yung tracker? Tracker is you measure your weight every week. So again, when it comes sa fitness natin, what gets measured gets done. If you're not measuring your weight or maybe what you eat, there will come a time you will ask, bakit hindi ka nag-grow? Bakit hindi mo na-achieve yung goal mo? Kasi in the very first place, you're not measuring it. But if you measure it, you know if you need to adjust it or maybe you need to lessen it. That's the beauty of measuring. So for tracking, I do it every Monday at 6 a.m. after I go sa CR. After ako mag, of course, I do my usual things sa CR. Tapos before my meals, of course. Wala pang laman yung tiyan. I measure my weight, consistent yung time kasi yung weight natin fluctuates every hour of the day. Tama na fluctuate siya. And even some of you are wondering bakit Coach Nins, yung weight ko kaninang umaga ganito tapos ngayon ganito, wala naman ako kinain. Kasi it's fluctuating. So we cannot control that. So what we can control is consistency on what time we measure our weight. So that's the beauty of Google Sheets because I have a tracker. I had a time as well, I had to track my sleep. Na what time ako nag-wake up. Kasi I need to adjust if I'm hitting my goal or if I'm improving with my sleep. You may want to do that as well. For others who are struggling to get up early or maybe to want to develop a habit on your sleep, you may want to track it. For me, ginagawa ko, I track what time ako nag-wake up. So makikita ko yung movement doon if too early, if too late. Tapos I would remember anong ginawa ko the night before kasi I had changes with my weekend. So dun mo matatrack anong mangyayari tapos you have just. Okay, system tinatawag doon. Sometimes you're struggling not because you don't have the mind or the will to do it. Sometimes we are struggling to do the things that we want to do because we don't have the system. Okay, the system to sustain it. Again, we don't fall. Again, Atomic Habits, no? For those of you who are reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, sabi niya, we don't fall to our habits, we fall to our system. So what do you mean by that? Kunwari, you want to develop a habit not watching Netflix or maybe binging kasi alam mo, every time you watch Netflix, one episode will lead to 10 episodes. Okay, you promise yourself one episode lang, pero 10 episodes pala, di ba? So, yung system mo sa bahay, yung sofa mo is facing TV, tapos doon in front of the sofa, there is mini table with remote control. Tapos, you remember after work, you sit sa couch, sa sofa mo, and then what's your system? What's your automatic na habit? You see the TV, correct? So yung system mo, you will get the remote at saka watch Netflix. That's a system. So if you want to make a habit, maybe limiting your exposure to Netflix, you may want to place your TV somewhere else. Diba? Hindi malapit sa sofa. Okay? Kasi sofa is your time to relax. Tama? For others naman, others have this struggle with their phones. They cannot take their eyes off their phones kasi before they go to sleep, nag-scroll pa sila ng social media nila. So that's a habit. Tama? So you may want to change your system. Yung system that can work with that is, ilagay mo yung phone mo far from you or from the different room. So sa bedroom mo, dapat walang cellphone. Lagay mo yung phone mo sa sofa or sa dining hall or maybe sa kitchen. Okay? Kasi you may want to take off. Proximity is power. Proximity is power. Other example is, you want to get rid of your cravings sa donuts. Okay. But every time you go home, yung sister mo naglalagay ng donut sa table. So that's the system you may want to change. So you may want to ask your sister, hey sis, okay lang ba kainin mo lahat ng donuts mo, wag mo ilagay sa table. Okay? Kasi nakikita ko siya parati. I'm so tempted to it. Di ba? So change the system. That's the practical way to do it. It's not a matter of willpower sometimes. Eh. It's a matter of your environment that you may want to recalibrate or change. Okay, so those are the again the free tools that you may want to maximize. Sayang po if you don't maximize this. So I highly suggest you practice, learn to embrace the process. Okay, you don't need to learn everything all at one setting. Okay, be a learner, be a student, and every one of us is a student. So number one, I mentioned kanina is we have here yung okay macro calculator. As for example, no, yung tool na ginamit natin is tde.net. Number two, we use MyFitnessPal. Okay. Number three, we use here yung Google. Okay. At saka we have here reminders notepad. And lastly, I placed doon Google Sheets. So those are the five. I'm sure marami pa. Let me know ano po yung tools na ginagamit nyo kasi we would like to maximize it as well. If you're using a tool or free tool that you may want to recommend to the community, place it here sa comment section because again, sharing is caring. Magtulungan po tayo. The more we are helping each other, the more we are refreshed. That's the principle about helping others. Again, it's been a very productive night, and I'd like to see your comments here. Some of your questions are very, very interesting. Sige, let me look at your questions dito. Let me try to answer some of your questions here. Okay. Dito, okay. Alright. Hello po lahat ng mga viewers natin. Napaka Okay, medyo nawala po tayo. Thank you for tuning in, for standby. Okay, questions dito. Ma'am Len, si Ma'am Len. Okay, belated happy birthday, Ma'am Len. Nakinig at sinunod ko ang natunaya kina coach. Just the process, naging doubtful din ako pero nagpatuloy to eat low carb and regular workouts will bring healings. Tingnan niyo yan. Si Mami Len is, kung nakita niyo yung body composition ni Mami Len at 50s, wow, wow ka talaga. Kasi it's very rare you can see that body composition at 50s. Especially if babae ka, di ba? So, again, you don't need to know everything all at once, as mentioned by Mami Len. Trust the process, okay? Trust the process. You have to enjoy the process. Ma'am Liza, example po sa edad ko, 48, 49 lang po ako, tapos 51 kilograms. Ilang grams ng protein araw-araw ang kailangan ko to sustain my weight. Now, a good rule of thumb is this. Plus workout, I would recommend go for workout. Yung protein mo with 48 kilograms, no? 51 kilograms, sorry. 51 kilograms, so it should be 1 gram of protein per pound of your weight. So if you are 51 kilograms to pounds is 2.2. So 51 times 2.2 is 112. So you have to take Ma'am Liza 112 grams of protein a day. You divide it into 2 to 3 meals if you want to gain muscles. Okay? Some questions here. Hello again sa mga live viewers natin. I'm so happy that you are investing here. This is our asset. Okay? Knowledge. Knowledge is power. Okay. Sabi dito ni Dai. Okay. Basahin ko muna. Hello, coach. Is it okay to lift weights if one has myoma? Because it says on many articles that it puts pressure on lower abdomen and it makes it worse. Okay. And also another exercise. I've been on LCF diet. Okay. But losing so much weight. Okay. From 56 to 47. Okay. 5'5" height and would like to develop muscles to not become skinny. How to develop muscles without making fibromyalgia worse. Thank you po. Wow. Thank you for letting me know, Ma'am Dai. So first and foremost, especially sa mga may complications, no, a good rule of thumb is always consult an expert about your specific case. That's number one. Now that you have the specific guide from your doctor or maybe a specialist on your case, that's where you can balance things out. Now, I remember I have a student who has back issues. Example ko lang. So, yung ginawa niya, of course, as a professional advice for her specific case. After that, nag-enroll siya sa program ko. And then after that, I gave her a specific workout to have a specific workout sa back niya para to keep her moving. Kasi first and foremost, if you have back issues, it is not helpful if you don't move. You need to move. Circulation is very, very important for healing. So this is what I will say. Number one, consult an expert's advice. Number two, I would suggest you start muna with a bit of movement. That's the safest. Go for movement muna. Now, if you have that one, and given your doctor kunwari give you the permission to work out, you have to listen to your body. You have to start small. Start small and yung mga workouts na basic lang muna. As you progress with that, you can develop strength. And as you develop strength, you can develop strength not just with your muscle tissues, but also with your bones. So that's what I will say to you. Prioritize, okay, movement. And number two, nutrition as well. Kasi there are very specific din na meals na will help you if you have myoma. Okay, so we'll go for the safest route as much as possible, Ma'am Dai. Okay, Maribel, good evening, Coach. Ang Zumba po nakapag-gain ng muscles, which part to balik ko? Okay. Ma'am Maribel, this is a good question. So, Ma'am Maribel, yung Zumba is a low-intensity workout most of the time. And yung benefit niya is kind of similar to jogging or running or biking. Okay. Yung goal po ng Zumba and other intensity workouts like yung running, cycling are more into cardio, which are very effective for burning calories. Effective as well for lung at saka heart health. It has good benefits. But if you want to gain muscle, you must go for resistance training. You have to lift weights. So lifting weights is the best way to gain muscles and not Zumba as of this moment. So if you enjoy Zumba, go for it, Ma'am Maribel. But don't neglect your lifting weights. Okay? Sige. Some questions here. Okay. Si Ma'am Marjorie. Ma'am Marjorie, nakita ko to sa National Lowcarb Day. Napaka-approachable. Napaka-joyful. So, thank you, Ma'am, for watching, Ma'am Marjorie. Looking forward to see you again. Si Ma'am Josie de la Peña, as you know, is one of the students that I'm so proud of. Kasi at 65 years old, she was able to gain muscles. Very, very rare yung body composition ni Ma'am Josie. So pagpatuloy mo yan, Ma'am Josie, you are an inspiration to many people. Sige. Some question here. Sige. Ito. Edmundas Visulis. Okay, I hope I pronounce it well. Question. If I'm aiming for 100 grams of carbs per day, what are the best sources of carbs you would recommend? Thanks. Now, this one is case-to-case basis. Ed Mundas. Now, good rule of thumb, you go for carbs that you like. That's number one. Kasi your meal should be sustainable. Number two, I would usually recommend that in the low-carb community, if you're into gaining muscles, I would usually recommend kamote. Okay, for starters. So, yung 100 grams ng kamote will give you 20 grams of carbohydrates, or roughly 20 grams. So, do the math, you adjust lang. That's my best source of carbohydrates, especially if you are into low-carb community. Okay? Sige. Other questions dito? Okay, other questions. I hope I can answer your questions here. Okay. Angelita, hello, watching from New Jersey. Kamusta po yung weather natin dyan? Great to see Ma'am Angelita, Ma'am Tess Badajos. Kamusta po kayo, Ma'am? Finisher as well sa community natin. Merlin Salvador, kamusta po kayo, Ma'am? Liza Clotario, good evening sa iyo, Ma'am. All right. So Teofilo is one of our few na 50s na nakagain ng muscle, even though at starter nasa low carb siya. So, congratulations, Sir Teofilo, pagpatuloy mo yan. Okay, some questions dito. Okay, Ma'am Betty, this is a good question. Ma'am Betty asks, raw or cooked na pag-weigh? Okay, you measure it raw. Kasi, you know, if kulang or sobra yung lulutuin mo. Kasi if you measure it luto na, But if kulang siya or sobra, too late na kasi luto na siya. So the best way to have it raw. And also some suggestion I will give to you is, di ba sa grocery, meron silang weighing scale na. So kunwari, you know na yung meat na kinakailangan mo every meal. Kunwari, you need to take 150 grams ng chicken thigh, okay, per meal. So, ask mo lang si Manong yung nasa grocery na, Manong, pwede mo siya i-divide into 150 grams, tapos divide mo into 5. Pwede din yun. Kasi they will be happy to serve you as well with that. So nakatry po ako niyan, 200 grams. Okay, dinivide ko siya sa 5 servings. So naka-save tayo ng time and effort for that. Okay. Ma'am Janet. Okay. Example ng food guide to gain weight. Let me know po. Message mo ako directly. I will give it to you completely free. Okay. Sabi dito ni Ma'am Jen. Okay. Normal po ba eating fats and fatty foods and loose and bowel? Once a day lang naman po, ganoon. Now, first and foremost, you have to know what kind of fat is this, ha? Kasi merong mga fats that are not okay. Okay, so there are good fats, by the way. So you may want to prioritize that. So yung bowel movement is influenced primarily of, number one, of your activity, your stress levels, at saka what you eat. So for others, they might recommend eating fiber. Others would like to go for elimination method. When I say elimination method, you remove muna yung triggers. They would go directly muna for meat. And then if nag-heal na sila, dun sila mag-change naman ng lifestyle. So know your triggers. Ano ba yung mga triggers na nag-lead sa'yo ng bowel movement mo na ganon? And then you slowly adjust. Okay, eliminate that and adjust. Okay. Okay. Ma'am Diluvio, Josie, watching from Davao. I'm 55 years old. Masyadong payat na. Any suggestions po? Wow. First and foremost, it's possible to gain muscle. Okay, if you're 55 at saka sobrang payat na, prioritize two things: protein at saka resistance training. And after that, slowly adjust. Kasi building muscle takes time. It takes commitment. So start with those two things, tapos slowly adjust other things as well. Okay? There you have it. And sige. Sabi dito ni, okay, Ma'am Gina, watching from, yes, Montreal, Canada. Kamusta po yung weather natin dyan? Great to see you, ma'am. Also, sabi dito ni Ma'am Liza, full body lifting with 10 kilograms. Dumbbells 3 times a day, coach, to gain muscle. I'm not sure what you mean by 3 times a day na workout. If you're working out 3 times a day, I don't recommend you to do it. But if you mean here 3 times a week, that's good. Okay? 3 times a week is a good schedule for working out. Tapos divide mo lang siya, rest siya in between workout days. So Monday, tapos Tuesday rest, Wednesday yung next mo, tapos of course you have it in Friday. Okay. Sabi dito ni Ma'am Arlene, if you want to gain muscles, need po ba pala natin kumain ng carb kasi hindi lang magpass ng how much maximum allowed? This is a good question. Now, first and foremost, it depends. What's your preferred way to gain muscle? Kasi there are ways you will go to traditional way, which is yung carbs nila is in proportion with protein. That's the most traditional way. Others will go for liberal low carb. Others will go for keto. Others will go for lower carb. So it depends. Okay. My suggestion is know muna what works for you. And after that, stick to that. Okay. The goal that you want. Okay. There you have it. I hope I answered your question. Si Ma'am Liza is one of my dedicated students as well. She gained muscle, okay, in a healthy way. And she's so energetic and so strong, okay, with her age. So Ma'am Liza, flex mo naman yung pictures mo, Ma'am Liza, yung nag-gain ka ng muscles. If you can share it in the group, much better. Okay. There you have it. Okay. Sabi dito ni Ma'am Jean, okay, good fats, coach, like butter fats from, yeah. That's the fat that when you are in low carb community, we understand that fat won't make you fat. Okay, it's overconsumption about what you eat. And of course, yung good fats, you can have it from meat, you can have it from butter as well. Okay. There you have it. Sige, last question dito, Ma'am Betty Casilla. Coach, pag underweight ka, ano po ang basihan ng protein requirement? Yung goal weight or yung current weight? Now, you may want to start muna with your current weight. Okay, as starter. Others will go for ideal weight. Kunwari, your current weight right now is 150 pounds. Kunwari. So your protein should be 150 grams a day. Others, okay, may want to jump right into the ideal weight. So if I am 150 pounds, my ideal weight, kunwari lang 170 pounds. So I need to take 170 grams of protein a day. That's my ideal weight. You may want to start with that. But again, I would suggest for starters, start muna with your current weight. Tapos adjust kasi yung goal is yung ideal weight. Yun po yung ideal sana for building muscle. But again, let's start with what works for you muna and slowly adjust. Okay? Again, for others, I'd like to encourage you to join our group, Low Carb Fitness for 40s and above. You would see this is the healthiest, most active community and fitness community in the entire planet. I believe on that. So let's make it grow. Tag your friends or family if you want them exposed because it's not meant to be work alone. It's meant with a community. Others may want to avail of one-on-one coaching. I would suggest if you have the means. We're talking about your health. If you have an option to build your dream house, how much more your only house, and this is our only house. If masunog or maybe you change your location, you may want to replace your house, diba? But this one, you cannot replace this. This is our only house. That's why I like to recommend you, hindi po sayang ang investment for coaching. So, if you have the means, I'm telling you that because that's how you can simplify your life as well, not go through yung trial and error. Okay, so others as well, if you don't have the ebook yet, message me. I will give it to you completely free. I have two ebooks pala. One for food guide and other is for workout plan for 40s and above. Again, my heart is to help and empower 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. Never believe the lie that it's too late for you. You make your own destiny. You can define it today. So do something about your health. Kasi if you do something about your health, you want to live longer. If you are strong, you want to live longer. But if you are weak, I doubt you want to live longer. There are people in their 80s and 90s who want to die already because they don't have the strength anymore. But for you, if you're watching right now, regardless of your age, you want to be strong. Because if you have strength, you want to live longer for your family. And there's so much to life that we have to experience before we pass this temporal world. Okay, so leave a legacy for your family. You must be the healthiest and fittest person in your family because when you do that, others will follow you. Okay, if you take charge of your health, if you step up with your health, everybody okay, gets better. That's your power as 40s and above because you have that kind of influence to your family. Okay, so let's make it happen. All the best to you. Happy lifting. Let me know if you have questions. We'll cover it on our next live on Wednesday, 7 p.m. All the best. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye bye.